Greetings. I'm Pastor Dr. Joseph L. Williams, Senior Pastor of Salem Bible Church, Atlanta and Stonecrest. And one of those two locations, our Atlanta location, which is located in the northwest area of Atlanta, Georgia, is a church that sits in a community of 30318, and it's deemed a food desert. Now, a food desert is a place whereby a certain amount of people who should be able to have a certain access to fresh fruits and vegetables. And whenever that particular number falls under access, then it's deemed a food desert or not. The problem is most food deserts occur in neighborhoods of people of color, African Americans, our Hispanic Americans, etc. Being a church, we want it to be a light in these dark times. We want it to be a place whereby we can transform positively this community. And one of the major problems within the African American community are health issues that are always connected to eating. Not only the things that we are eating, but the things that we don't have access to. So one of the major modes and methods of what we're trying to do, which is the reason why we've been able to partner with some amazing organizations to make this particular grant a realization, is to do what we can to make a difference. And in order to do that, we want to teach individuals about healthy living. And one of the healthiest things that any of us can do is to eat foods that are as least or as little in terms of being processed and natural as possible. And what better way to do that than to teach people hydroponics, growing gardens in their own homes, apartment complexes, communities. So here at Salem Bible Church, what we've done is we've taken land that we own and turned it into a local community farm. We grow these crops and we don't sell them, but we give them away in our social services department in order to feed our community. But in the process of doing that, we want to teach people classes and instructing them. We don't want to just give them the fish. We want to show them how to catch it. So in this particular season, you're going to see some amazing lessons and tips on how you can establish your own spring garden. We're in a different time of year. This is not summer, this is not fall, this is not winter. This is the springtime, which means that there's a certain approach in order for you to be successful. So I'm gonna hand things over to Farmer Fred, and he's gonna take things away as we learn how to make our own garden in the springtime. Farmer Fred.
Hey, good afternoon, family. This is Fred from Canaan Farms. Good to see you once again. Hey, today we're going to talk about a few things about how to start your spring garden. There are several things that we need to do first before we start putting any plants into the ground. One of the key things we need to do is to think about what types of fruits and veggies do we enjoy eating? What types of fruits and vegetables does the family enjoy eating? Some of the plants and vegetables that we have planted here in Canaan Farms are okra, tomatoes, cucumbers, zucchini, squash, corn, and we have an assortment of fruit trees that we've already had established since 2016. So these fruits and vegetables, we decided to plant them right before Easter because we know that rain was coming in. So you've got to always think about the weather. The weather plays an important factor in anything that you plant. So we saw that rain was going to be coming in a few days. So what we did, we got our vegetables and our fruits. We prepared the ground. We tilled the ground so that the ground that had been there since the winter had been broken up so that air could flow through it. We got our great volunteers who you'll see later that helped us. Some of these were previous leaders in the 40-day turn-up and the journey. We had some of our key church members to come out and give us a hand. So these are some of the things that we had to do first. Think about what we were going to plant and what the community enjoyed from the last time that we gave them the fruits and vegetables from our harvest. Spring planting, fall planting, they're basically the same, but what you have to do is be mindful of the types of plants you want to plant for your fall garden. Preparation of the land is still the same. Turn the soil. Make sure it gets air, rich nutrient soil. And we use Earth 3 soil conditioner, which gives the roots of our plants and vegetables a great start. That's Earth 3 soil conditioner. The fall planting is a little bit different. You know, the temperatures are going to be dropping, so we plant turnips, collards, broccoli, and cabbages. Those are our 4 fall vegetables that we plant. Preparation for each season is about the same, but the planting of the actual vegetable or fruit is a little bit different. The weather is very key. The old folks used to use the old farmer's almanac to look at planting dates. Well, we do here. And the moon plays a very key role in planting your plants and vegetables. A full moon has the ground energy and the moisture to give your roots a fantastic start. If you look at the weather, if rain is coming in the coming days, that means you won't have to water. So always look at the weather, review the almanac, look at the plants that you're planting, and if you're germinating plants, look on the back of the packet to see what zone that you live in, to see if it's conducive to the planting area in your zone. What we did at Canaan Farms, we started our germination of plants and veggies in the middle of February. Sometimes the planting days for those seeds to become seedlings is about 21 days. Well, some may say, well, it's cold. How do your plants survive? Well, what we did, we bought plant lights. Plant lights is just a simulation of sunlight. The light is really sort of pinkish or purplish, and it gives the same distinct, I would say, characteristics of sun on the plants. So that's what we did during midwinter, and now our seeds have become seedlings. In about another 2 weeks, we're going to bring those plants back to the church, and we're going to plant those in Canaan Farms. Hey, that's beautiful. It saves on you having to go buy transplants, and it's something new to try. Don't do the same thing year in, year out. Do something different. Plant seeds one semester and do transplants like you go to Home Depot one semester. Find out the fruits and vegetables that you and your family enjoy eating. I said family. That means getting your children involved in planting. It's very key to get them involved because what they're planting, they eventually will eat. So one of the key things that we do here at Canaan Farms is we use no pesticides, no insecticides, and everything is organic, directly from seeds or organic plants that we have bought from Home Depot or Lowe's. The time of harvest for the plants is different. Sometimes the harvest of, say, zucchini is 60 days to 75 days, the same for squash. Okra may come into maturity in about 45 days to 50 days. So what you want to do is time your longer growing vegetables first, and then let your shorter growing vegetables come weeks after, so that you will have a full harvest of all your fruits and vegetables at the same time. That's what we're doing here at Canaan Farms. Preparation is very key. The soil has to be turned, and the ground automatically has nutrient-rich minerals in it. So we add our soil conditioner that we got from Site One, who is one of our partners here in Atlanta. So we add that soil conditioner to the already nutrient-rich soil that's in the ground, and it gives our roots of what we plant a tremendous, tremendous start. So this is something that you want to do when you get ready to plant. Before you start to plant, though, you've got to ensure that your area is clean of debris. You don't want to plant when it's weeds and things all around it. Clear your bed out. Clean your micro garden out. Wherever you're going to be planting, make sure that it's clean and it gets conducive sun at least 8 hours a day. Prepping your bed for spring is the same thing as prepping your bed for the winter and the fall. Sometimes in your garden, leaves can be used to break down as a component for fertilizer. So just keep that in mind. Another thing that we want to do is learn to bring our children into what we're doing in the garden. inviting our schools. We're going to be inviting schools to Canaan Farms to show them how to plant, either at their school or coming to Canaan Farms to find out how to plant fruits and vegetables. It'll be great for them to plant a fruit or a veggie and then come back before school is out to see what they have planted and let them take it home to their families to eat. Getting the children involved is very, very key. Now, when we get ready to do all these things, you've got to have the right tools. We did a previous video in one of our earlier segments on the types of tools that you would need to use. You're going to need some things to make sure that you are safe in your garden and to make sure that you water your raised garden and your bed efficiently. Let's go look at some gloves. First of all, what you want to do is just get you some type of gloves, some garden gloves. You want to ensure that you get you a nice watering hose to make sure that you efficiently water your bed. Sometimes you may want to use a sprinkler if you don't want to stand out there. But one thing about a sprinkler, you're going to have to let that water run a long time because what you're trying to do is get your soil soaked. So that's where it's good to use a water hose to get that done. Also, you're going to need some things like a shovel. If you have weeds and so forth, you're going to need shovels. If you're going to go ahead and use a water hose, you can go ahead and use one of these adjustable nozzles to water. So there's several sources that you can use to ensure that you have a successful garden, either raised bed or either a micro garden. Rakes, you're going to have weeds in your garden. So make sure that you use all the tools that are necessary, especially for taking care of your hands, keeping your hands safe from all harm and danger. And when you water your plants and veggies, try only to water towards the ground where the root is. A lot of people, when they water, some of the fruits and vegetables will start giving off the foliage, and when they water it, they will knock the foliage off. Well, what you want to do is just water at the base of the plant until the blooms become stronger enough to hold onto the plant itself, per se, when the rain comes. So these are a few things that you want to keep in mind when you get ready to start planting your garden. Hey, we got some good things coming to you for Canaan Farms, so we want you to stay tuned for the next episode. Come by and visit us. We're here on Tuesdays and Fridays in the garden, and I'm pretty sure they're going to put my email at the bottom or a link if you'd like to come out and volunteer. We'll be more than happy to help you and to work with you in coming out. And once again, this is Fred from Canaan Farms inviting you out, and we thank you. Look forward for the next segment. See you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.